What is happening, webheads? Happy new comic book day. It is Wednesday, and I think it's going to be a big week for some of you guys out there. I mean, we got Absolute Wonder Woman, we got Detective Comics, we got Ultimate Spider-Man. There's some great books coming out this week, so hopefully you guys find what you're looking for. I'm waiting for that shop to open, and then I'm going to share all my stuff with all of you. Guys, good luck, and I'll see you in a second. Welcome to Spider Slayers Comic Book Hall fans. This is episode 678, the video series where each and every week I share with you what I pick up at my local comic shop, which is, of course, you should know it by now, Comic Central, located in the city of Sanford. So if you're ever in the Central Florida area, stop by my shop. Tell them Mike Spider Slayer sent you. They'll provide you with great customer service. They got great comic books and just lots of stuff in general. So let's get started with this week's haul, guys. I don't think it was a super big haul, but there was definitely some books that I was excited about. So here we go. We got this Daredevil short box that I wound up picking up. I'm in the process now of changing out a lot of my short boxes. The beat up ones, the white ones, and even if I have DC Comics, I just might put these the DC Comics in these types of boxes, because the fancy DC short boxes are I don't know, they're kind of smaller, and these Marvel ones tend to be larger. So, you know, if I gotta put DC in Marvel boxes, hey, that's what it is, right? All right, so here we go. Let's get started. Let's get started with the mysterious black bag. Inside of it are the comic books, and there are a few comic books that I wish I got that my shop didn't have, unfortunately, because I didn't put it on the FOC, and sometimes you miss out. And one of them is that new Colin Bunn book that was my sleeper book, which was called Jump Scare. So if you guys want a horror book and you like Colin Bunn writing, I think that's going to be a pretty good one, as that has to deal with this woman that develops these powers where it has to do with past horror movies that she's watched. So if she thinks of something that happened in a horror movie, she develops that weapon from it. So that's crazy crap, right? So definitely check that one out if your shop gets it. It's called Jump Scare. Here's the stack. It's not overly large this week. I did get this cover. I heard from the shop that this is a rare comic book cover. This is Red Hulk issue 1. This is the variant edition. This was on my FOC. I thought it just looked really cool, and so I decided to order it. And for some reason, I'm hearing that this could be a possibly scarce comic book. So I paid $12.99 for it. Really awesome, as you get to see Dr. Doom in there with Red Hulk's reflection in his mask. So that is a nice looking comic book. Really cool. I guess I'm lucky to have it. I want to know in the comments below if you guys wind up picking it up. All right, now we get into the real stuff here. So we got the conclusion to Nightclub 2. This is issue 6. This is it, the finale. The whole gang's back together. They're going to take on the bad guys here. If you've never started reading this book, I would definitely suggest, wait for the trade to come out, and you will, I can't show that. That's pretty graphic. But I definitely suggest that you pick this one up. It's pretty good, man. I love it. Looking at this right now, it's pretty graphic stuff. It looks like it's going to be a good conclusion. So Nightclub 2, this is issue 6. Pretty badass. All right, and then I wound up getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue 7. Got that Kevin Eastman cover. You can't go wrong with it. The Turtles are at each other's throats. They're in New York. They're going to have to obviously fight, the Foot Clan. Can they get together and solve their differences? We're going to have to wait and see, right? But the artwork, as you can see, definitely looks very good. Once again, Juan Ferreira does the art on the series. I just love the Turtles here. They're almost very much your traditional Turtles, right? Old Mirage Studio Turtles, very angry, very ready to do battle and go after anybody, right? So cool stuff. All right, and there's another book that I wanted to get, which was the new Radiant Black book. which is supposedly a good jumping on point, but I didn't see it there. I don't know if it got delayed. I'll have to look that up and find out. And of course, the Dynamite stuff is still delayed, like the Herculoids, Space Ghost, there's Terminator, so a lot of stuff there that was missing. Then we got Superman. This is issue 23. Superman's still dealing with the Time Trapper, Doomsday, just lots of action. We got Superwoman in there, which is Lois. The artwork in here is top notch. I absolutely love it. It's been so full of action. The storytelling is so great by Joshua Williamson. I really think he gets the Superman character here. Just look at the layouts and the paneling in here. Just really excited about reading that book. All right. And then we got, yes, I got another issue of it, Justice League Unlimited. I'm giving it a solid try, guys. I really want to like this book. It's just not hitting it for me yet, but maybe it will. Maybe there'll be an issue where I'll be like, okay, now I'm actually on board with this. I mean, the artwork is gorgeous. It's so great to look at. But I think sometimes when you have a book that's always so in your face, it can just get overwhelming for you, you know, and maybe things slow down, which here looks like it could because you got Batman with Martian Manhunter here. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But next is a book that I really enjoy. This is Batman in Detective Comics, right? We're on issue 1094. Really solid book. Batman's got a new hookup, but that hookup could have to deal with Joe Chill. He's taking some like stem cell shit, and we're finding out who this new bad guy could possibly be. And Batman was possibly killed in the last issue, but you know Batman doesn't die because he's Batman. That's what he does. He survives, right? Artwork is really good in this book too. DC is really coming out with some great books, some great stories this year. Started at the end of last year, and they're doing some great things. So I'm really excited about DC, this comic book, and everything else that's coming out. Then we have Green Lantern. This is issue 20, another solid series. Jeremy Adams is behind it, right? We're just getting to see our lanterns and our Lantern Corps trying to go after the Sorrow Lantern. They're trying to prevent him from building a battery, because if he builds this battery, the emotional spectrum can go wild, and we don't know what's going to actually go on here. Nice facial expressions in here. It looks like the artwork might be a little bit better than the last issue. So yeah, we'll see, man. So here's some more of that artwork there. And it looks like other people are being recruited outside the Corps to help Hal Jordan out. So I like it. It's a great book. And then we have Absolute Wonder Woman. This is the all-in deal. I love this cover, right? I didn't get the main cover. I got this one. Just more of a realistic approach to the character on, you know, what her sword would be like, how the beasts would be like. Would you like to see this type of artwork in Absolute Wonder Woman instead of the artwork that we're getting? I would say yes, right? I mean, obviously this is what you can expect. It's not horrible artwork. I just don't know if it really fits a Wonder Woman comic, right? But the story is solid. I think we go into pretty good depth with the characters and learning about Diana herself. So I like it. Really, really good. All right, guys. So before we continue, we just got to do those Webhead Group shout-outs out there. Our first shout-out of the day goes to not Jonathan, but Loco. That's his cat. Loco's chilling while he reads his comics. Guys, that's a great shout out, because this week, starting now, go ahead and post your pets on the Facebook group, whether it's a cat, a dog, a lizard, a snake, whatever it is, a goldfish. You never know. I could shout you out next week. I'm going to showcase those pets and maybe put a comic book with it or a statue or something. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then we have Jose, who says, Rook Exodus, the entire arc, issues 1 through 6, was a 10 out of 10. And he's showcasing this cover. I think this is going to be the trade paperback that is coming out soon. I can't wait for Rook to come out, man. I am so jonesing for that book. So awesome. But Jose, I am so happy that you enjoyed the first 6 issues. Then we have Cecilia, who says, today, New Comic Book Day was fun. I finally got to read You Won't Feel a Thing. So I'm glad that she was able to pick up that book. I know I highly recommended that book for people, as it was just a phenomenal read about this guy that was suffering from schizophrenia or Alzheimer's or dementia, something like that. I can't wait for issue 2. And then we have David Barnett, who has got a great post here, who went to a con, and he wound up getting to meet the original Incredible Hulk himself, and it was Lou Ferrigno. That is awesome. Your son is going to remember that forever. He's got Incredible Hulk comics in his hand. So cool. And if you guys want to get shouted out on future comic book hauls, head on over to my group called Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webheads Unite. Before you get accepted into the group, you gotta follow the community guidelines, rules, answer the questions, just to make sure you're not a bot. And once you get access, you will have access to this wonderful community. And we talk about movies, we talk about our new comic book day issues, our back issues, just everything and anything that has to do with comics. And like I said, post those pictures of those pets with some comic books. All right. Going through the pile, I came across a couple more independents, and I wound up getting Pop Kill issue 1. So it's like when I was going through that FOC and I looked at Jump Scare, I was like, I don't know if I want that. But I was like, well, but Pop Kill sounds pretty cool. So I picked that one up instead. This one's from Mad Cave Studios. Couldn't tell you what it's about. I don't remember at all. I just like the cover of it, you know, going back to the old days of like, hey man, I'm just going to buy a cover, screw the story, right? But this could be interesting, and obviously I'll be talking about it on Worthy Ones, and I'll see, like I said, I can find any other #1 issues that I can talk about on tomorrow's episode. So yeah, we'll see what this one has to offer. Has to offer some interesting things going on in here, so I can't show that. So yeah, we'll just put that one away and we'll read it later. Then we got the second issue of Seasons. First issue was quite interesting as we got to learn about a sister, right? I think it was fall. I think it was her, or summer, or spring. I don't know. It's one of those characters that wind up getting a letter from one of the other sisters warning her of a particular circus that will come to town and create like mass destruction and chaos. So does she warn her in time? And do we get an introduction of the other sisters in this comic book? We shall see. I don't think maybe the artwork is for everybody, but I do find that Rick Remender does tell a solid story, so we'll see how this continues here. All right, and then we got Uncanny Valley. This is issue 8, so really great story about this kid who became a cartoon character, and he's all over the place right now, and we get to see the mom trying to find the boy, and we get to see the grandfather, who is a cartoon character himself, and he's like this chosen one, and if they don't find him, then bad things can happen. It's just overall a fun and different book. Look, you got characters in there like the Snorks and the Smurfs. Like, I think it's a breed between the two characters. Do you guys remember the Snorks if you were like my age, right? So yeah, man, that's pretty cool. I love the way this book looks. So check out Uncanny Valley and trade, because I don't think you can get back issues in this. All right, now we dive into the Marvel side of things. We got Red Hulk issue 1. So I couldn't show you the inside of the book because of that variant cover, but here's what you can expect right from the start here. So if you saw Falcon, I was going to say Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you saw Captain America and Brave New World, I thought it was a decent movie. I thought it was entertaining. I like seeing the Red Hulk in there. And in this book, right from the start, you see the Red Hulk from the beginning. So we'll see how this whole thing connects to One World Under Doom. And it looks like there's going to be a different other cast of characters in here also. So pretty cool, man. Then we have a book where it's been fading for me, but I think we're getting ready to conclude this whole thing. This is the Sentinels issue 5. You know, a bunch of cast of characters that have nothing to do with their life except become part of a Sentinel program, right? And they have these mood inhibitors that mess with them, and they're trying to do the right thing. The artwork's okay. You know, I think it's kind of average. It feels a little bit more of a independent style of artwork, I guess, for a Marvel comic. You know, it's all right. It's one of those books where I feel like it hasn't come out in a little while. So it's like I almost forgot what was going on in the last issue, but this is what you can expect here. So I'll have to read the little synopsis to kind of jog my memory there. All right, and then we get the continuation of X-Men from Jed MacKay. Not the best series in the world. I feel like Cyclops is a little bit too angry, right? But we do get Alpha Flight in this comic book. So if you're a fan of Alpha Flight, then I think you might like this. The artwork looks really good. Ryan Stegman not on the artwork. You get Nitho Diaz, who complements Ryan Stegman's artwork really well. Like, you can't really tell the difference between the two. In fact, I think this artwork is a little bit better for this book. So here's to see Alpha Flight's involvement in the whole thing and how this story continues to progress, because this version of X-Men is not my favorite. So we'll see. Another book which I'm very interested in is the West Coast Avengers issue 4. I think this book has real potential, and I think that we're starting to flesh out the West Coast Avenger roster here. We're learning a little bit about Ultron, how he could separate himself. I think in this one we're going to learn about maybe Firestar and other characters in here, because she's prominent on the cover with this new character, Blue Bolt. Do they have relations with each other? Is there a new love budding here? You know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say some kind of flower analogy, but it doesn't come out right. But anyway, I want to see Firestar's character growth, because obviously she's suffering from PTSD due to Orcus and everything else, being a double agent, right? So I want to see how that continues to develop here. Now, the artwork, I think it's good, but I think it could be better. I think it could have much more detail, but nevertheless, I think the story is pretty solid. All right, then we got Ultimate Spider-Man. This is issue 14. Of course, I got 2 covers for it. I got this one with Mole Man on there, and then I got the regular cover as this continues the whole Kraven's Last Hunt storyline. I'm just going to show you a couple pages of this. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Here's what you can expect on that artwork. You got that Chiquetto artwork. You got the Mole Man in there. I want to see Harry and Norman run for their life. I want to see their backs against the wall, and hopefully that's what Hickman delivers in this comic book. So definitely looking forward to that. And then let's put that one away. And then I wound up getting the variant cover for, is this the variant cover? Yeah, this is a variant cover for the Rogue Savage Land. I thought this was an absolutely gorgeous cover. Just love seeing that big face right there, bright green eyes, really good popping cover right there. And I feel like it took a while for issue 2 to come out. I could be wrong. But, you know, we get to see Rogue kind of work with Magneto in this book and trying to save Kazar, if I remember correctly. And they don't have, you know, their powers 100%. So, yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to it, right? So, yeah, we'll see. And then I wound up getting Fantastic Four issue 29. I think this is an Alex Ross cover, as this does obviously connects to One World Under Doom. I'm trying to remember what happened in the last issue. I do remember I did like it, right? And here's what we can expect in those opening pages. I just like Doom right now. I just think I like how he is this prominent character. He knows what he's doing. He's planning for all these contingencies, just all this stuff. Here we got Jennifer Walters in this comic. So right away, man, She-Hulk's in it. I'm on board with it. So there you have it. And then, of course, we're going to end up with the Creptacular Spider-Man. Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man, 68-point death. So this is another point issue to draw out the Amazing Spider-Man story. I know a lot of people say, Mike, why don't you drop Amazing Spider-Man? I can't drop Amazing Spider-Man. He is my favorite character, and I read him through the thick, through the thin, and whether the comic is good or bad, I love discussing it, and I just like what's going on with the character. Do I wish the stories were better? Yes, absolutely. Will I have hope in the new run? Yes, always. You know, I always hope that the next issue is going to be better, right? Artwork looks good in this story. Looks like there's a little bit more action in here. Of course, we still get the continuation of the X-Men being in this story, right? So, I don't know, man. We'll see. But we're getting closer and closer to the new run, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. And that's it, guys. There you have it. There is the haul for the week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Always want to know what you pick up in the comment section below. Or if you join that Facebook group, just show me by posting those pictures, right? And of course, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. More content right here for you to click on. Keep reading, keep collecting. Have a wonderful new comic book day and enjoy all those books. And I'll see you tomorrow on Worthy Ones.